Did you know that Vancouver is hiding some of its very best spots right underneath your nose that you may not even be aware of? We're going to be jumping into the 5 hidden gems hidden around Vancouver that you definitely need to check out. Whether you're moving here, visiting here, or living here, you may not know of these items. Number 5 is my personal favorite, so make sure you stick around to the end. We all know that Vancouver is internationally recognized for its stunning nature vistas, as well as its vibrant city life. North Shore Mountains, downtown Vancouver, Kitsilano Beach, Stanley Park, Granville Island. These are some of the heavy hitters that people seek out when they're traveling, when they visit to Vancouver. So these 5 spots are little less traveled, which is great for you to really enjoy the spaces, as well as take in some of the very incredible viewpoints and quintessential West Coast landscapes in and around these 5 spots. My name is Kyle Mark, your Vancouver Realtor, and whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or relocate to my beautiful city, Vancouver, make sure you book that strategy call with me. It's in the description below. I'm super easy to get a hold of, and I am here to help. So let's jump into number 1 on the list. First up, we have Charleston Park, which is a nice hidden gem in False Creek. It is a beautiful park that has a lot of differentiating features than a lot of other parks in and around Vancouver. First thing that you will notice is the beautiful city views as well as the water views. It's located right off the seawall, right on the water. So whether you want to have a picnic, enjoy some food in the park, take your kids because they have an amazing park. Charleston Park was something that I really enjoyed pre-children, and now that I have 2 young kids of my own, I love taking them down to Charleston Park. Not only do you have this amazing green space and this park that has a big pirate ship, you're also really close to Granville Island. So in just a couple minutes, you can jump off from the park, head to Granville Island, go to the market, get some Lee's Donuts or some produce to bring home, or even if you're wanting to take that picnic out, like I said before. The other thing that's really cool about Charleston Park is that it actually has a waterfall in the park itself and some moving water, a little pond. It's a perfect place to bring your pets as well. A lot of people that live here in Vancouver are dog lovers, and it has a huge open space for dogs. It's dog friendly, so whether you have children, whether you have a dog, or you just want to enjoy it with your friends, Charleston Park is an amazing spot that you need to put on to make sure that you visit. You can take in the Pacific Ocean, the city skyline, Granville Island, all in a very short proximity. So make sure you visit Charleston Park, which is number 5 on the list. Next, let's head over to Pacific Spirit Park, which is on Vancouver's west side, just outside of UBC. This is amazing place for you to cycle, to walk, to run, to get out of the city and enjoy nature, to enjoy the West Coast rainforest. There's over 73 kilometers of walking and cycling paths, so you can really unplug from the city life, from work, and just get into the woods and really connect with nature. That's why so many people here want to live in Vancouver, is because of the beautiful nature around us. Just sometimes it can get really busy in some of the more populated areas, but Pacific Spirit Park, just because it's on Vancouver's west side, it takes a little bit longer to get there. It is a little bit quieter, and because the space is so large with over 70 kilometers of trails, you can really get lost in there, not in a negative way, but in a positive way, lost away from the distractions of your life. I know for myself, I really connect well with nature, so getting into the woods, especially introducing my children to it, is really beneficial and important to me. Pacific Spirit Park is somewhere that my family loves to go, especially with my 2 young kids. We make sure as we're heading out that way to stop at Grounds, get some cinnamon buns, and then just enjoy some treats on the weekend and walk through the nature for kids. It's amazing. There's some water features in there for them just to be able to connect with nature, ask those questions, and just get away from there. But even if you don't have kids, or you're looking to get some exercise, Pacific Spirit Park is a perfect place for you to get in there and connect with nature. Number 3 on the list, we're heading right into the heart of Chinatown, and we are going to Dr. Sun Yat-sen Chinese Traditional Garden. This place is amazing, a place for tranquility. Where it's located, as it's located just in the downtown core in Chinatown, there are walls on the exterior, so when you walk around it, you don't really know that it's actually there. I've driven past it a ton. I've walked around it a ton as well, and not really knew what was inside of it. But when you get inside those walls, your breath will be taken away. This was actually the first traditional traditional Chinese garden built outside of China, and you will really be able to see some of that nice Chinese architecture as well as their gardening, and it's a real nice tranquil oasis. Again, similar to Pacific Spirit Park, if you're looking to connect with nature, get some quiet in the midst of the city, it does a really good job of showcasing the traditional Chinese heritage and culture within the grounds. There are ponds within there, some nice rock formations, and it's very lush and growing with plant life. This is really a nice place to spend your weekend. Number 2 on the list is Quarry Garden at Queen Elizabeth Park. I know that many of you have been to Queen Elizabeth Park or know about it already, but there's a nice little subsection in Quarry Garden that has some really cool Vancouver history. And for you that don't know, Queen Elizabeth Park used to be a basalt quarry that finally closed its operations in 1911. In the 1930s, it was decided to turn that quarry into a beautiful park, which is Queen Elizabeth Park right now. Certain areas when you're driving up Cambie Street, you'll actually see some rock formations coming out of the ground in some of the homes' front yards. So there's some really cool features there. In the Quarry Garden, there's a nice waterfall. Queen Elizabeth as a whole is really beautiful just to walk around and to get that nature, to get some cool Vancouver history. Quarry Garden is something that I would definitely look for and check out. If you're into photography, Quarry Garden is beautiful. It's sunken. It has a lot of nice flowers in and around this little subsection. And then obviously you can enjoy the rest of the park itself. You can get some nice dinner at the restaurant there as well and take in some nice Vancouver views. But Quarry Garden is definitely number 2 on the list, and you can take in some of that Vancouver history as well as that Vancouver beauty. So you stay to the end. Number 1 on my list is definitely Third Beach. I know there are a lot of different options for those who live in Vancouver, from English Bay, different beaches in Kitsilano, Spanish Banks, Locarno, but my favorite definitely is Third Beach, and there's a couple reasons for that. A, to get there, it's a little bit out of the way, so it forces you to get on your bike, which allows you to take in the seawall. There's nothing better on a nice summer day riding the seawall along the Pacific Ocean to get to Third Beach. I know that a lot of the water in and around Vancouver can be a little bit gross at times. I like Third Beach because it's one of the only beaches where I'll actually get in and swim. There's a nice break on the point where there's 2 convergence of water meet, so there's always a replenishment of water. It's not still and stagnant in some of those places like Locarno or Spanish Banks where the tankers sit. So because you're close to the North Shore and the Lionsgate Bridge, there is some breakwater that is there that makes sure that there's this nice fresh supply. The views there are absolutely unbelievable. It's great to take in a sunset or a sunrise. So whether you want to enjoy it in the morning or in the evening, you have a lot of selections. It's getting a little bit popular over the last course of the couple of years here in Vancouver. But when I first moved to Vancouver, it was a spot that I would go to almost every day in the summer. It was really quiet. It has nice sand. There's a little convenience store if you're wanting to pick up some food. There is parking access, but it can be a little bit hard to get there in the park. So I would definitely recommend taking your bike there. You won't regret the bike ride there, the bike ride back, and more importantly, just taking in the water and the ocean there as well. We made it all through 5 hidden gems in Vancouver. My personal preference. I can guarantee you that even if you just check out one of them in the summer, you will not be disappointed. Hopefully you can check out all 5. Vancouver is such an amazing place to live. I'm so blessed to live here. I hope you found some value in this. And if you're looking to relocate, invest, or move here in Vancouver, make sure you get in touch with me. My information is in the description below. I am Kyle Mark, your Vancouver Realtor, and I'll see you on the next one.